لله الذي نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبد الله ورسوله أرسله الله تعالى بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله وكفى بالله شهيدا فصلى الله عليه وسلم تسليما كثيرا ثم أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وإن شر الأمور محدثاتها وإن كل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. يقول سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه الكريم بعد نقول أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ووصينا الإنسان بوالديه إحسانا حملته أمه كرها ووضعته كرها وحمله وفصاله 30 شهرا حتى إذا بلغ أشده وبلغ 40 سنة قال ربي أوزعني أن أشكر نعمتك التي أنعمت علي وعلى والدي وأن أعمل صالحا ترضاه وأصلح لي في ذريتي إني تبت إليك وإني من المسلمين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي واللهم ثبتنا عند الموت بلا إله إلا الله واللهم اجعلنا من الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر آمين يا رب العالمين. In today's khutbah, actually I want to share with you just a small piece of a long ayah. This ayah belongs to Surah Al-Ahqaf. This is the 46th surah of the Quran. And here Allah Azza wa Jal gives us one of the most beautiful du'as in the Quran. And that du'a is way too long for one khutbah, but at least one part of it I want to share with you. But before I do that, I want to give you a little bit of the context of this ayah as per the surah itself. Allah Azza wa Jal a couple of ayat before mentions إِنَّ الَّذِينَ قَالُوا رَبُّنَا اللَّهُ ثُمَّ اسْتَقَامُوا فَلَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ. Those who declare that Allah is that Allah is our master, and they're firm and they remain straight on that commitment, that declaration, then there is no fear on them and they're not going to be under any kind of grief. They're not going to be the ones that are grieving. Then Allah says, أُولَٰئِكَ أَصْحَابُ الْجَنَّةِ. Those are the people of Jannah. Those are the companions of Jannah. May Allah make us from them. خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا جَزَاءً بِمَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ. They're going to be staying in it as a compensation of the kinds of things they used to do. So they used to do good deeds, and their compensation as an added mercy from Allah Azza wa Jal is Allah will give them Jannah. Then the ayah that I want to share with you. Why is that important to note? Because of the things that will lead a human being into Jannah, Allah could have mentioned any of the a'mal, any of the deeds that will lead one to Jannah. He mentioned this one here. So this is one of those ayat that has keys in us for direct access to Allah's Jannah. May Allah make us all worthy of it. So it begins, وَوَصَّيْنَا الْإِنسَانَ بِوَالِدَيْهِ إِحْسَانًا. That we gave the human being a lasting legacy, a will, a strong counsel in regards to both parents. إِحْسَانًا, to the best you can possibly be. That's a one-word declaration, إِحْسَانًا. And it's mansoob, the fatha on it, إِحْسَانًا, like that, it's pronounced like that, عَلَى الْإِغْرَاء. What they say in Arabic, you better be the best. It's very strong language in order for us to be the best to our parents. And by the way, this khutbah is not about parents. I want to introduce you to the rest of the ayah in a rough translation and then share one part of it that I think it will be the primary subject of our khutbah today. حَمَلَتْهُ أُمُّهُ كُرْهًا. Then Allah starts talking about one of the two parents, the mother. And He does this on many places, many occasions in the Quran. His mother carried him with a lot of discomfort. وَوَضَعَتْهُ كُرْهًا. And then she gave him birth. She let the load go, meaning she delivered the baby with a lot of discomfort. وَحَمْلُهُ وَفِصَالُهُ 30 شَهْرًا. She still then carried him around and fed him for 30 months. حَتَّى إِذَا بَلَغَ أَشُدَّهُ. Until then, fast forward, he reaches the age where he's a young man. Now this man is a teenager, and he's entered into manhood. And then fast forward again quickly, وَبَلَغَ 40 سَنَةً. And now he's 40 years of age. So in a snap, in a quick flash, Allah Azza wa Jal describes us from inside our mothers and the pain she went through, and then quickly to being teenagers, to quickly being 40 years of age. But notice, in all of those stages, the one that we don't remember at all is the stage that we had with our mother. And the one that we have a lot of memory of is especially from our teenage years onwards. And yet Allah describes the part that we remember in very brief language, and the part that we don't remember is given many pieces. First of all, حملته أمه كرها, then وضعته كرها, then حمله وفصاله 30 شهرا, none of which we remember. She carried him, she delivered him, she had all these pains for 30 months feeding him and walking around with him. All of this we don't remember. And yet Allah gave that so much more detail, as though that was one of the most primary and important parts of our life. Subhanallah. And even though it's our life, Allah makes the subject of that part of our life our mothers. Subhanallah. But then ourselves, حَتَّى إِذَا بَلَغَ أَشُدَّهُ, until the time comes that he's reached mature age, the age of strength, and now he's 40 years of age. قَالَ رَبِّي أَوْزِعْنِي أَنْ أَشْكُرَ نِعْمَتَكَ. First I'm going to roughly translate the whole ayah, then I'll go to that part that I keep mentioning. He says, Master, أَوْزِعْنِي, which is roughly translated, enable me, empower me. أَنْ أَشْكُرَ نِعْمَتَكَ, that I be grateful to your favor. الَّتِي أَنْعَمْتَ عَلَيَّ, that you favored onto me. Ya Allah empowered me to be grateful. Okay. وَعَلَى وَالِدَيَّ, and empower me to be grateful to both of my parents, and also, and actually not that meaning, empower me that I not only be grateful for the favors you did to me, but also give me the ability to be grateful for the favors you did to my parents. Then, وَأَصْلِحْ وَأَنْ أَعْمَلَ صَالِحًا تَرْضَاهُ. After that, Ya Allah, give me the ability to do good deeds myself, that you will be happy with. تَرْضَاهُ, that you are happy with. وَأَصْلِحْ لِي فِي ذُرِّيَّتِي. Then on top of that, an additional benefit. Then he says, Ya Allah, make my issues good when it comes to my kids. أَصْلِحْ لِي, fix my matters, fix my life in the matter of my children, فِي ذُرِّيَّتِي. And that also means their children's children's children. ذُرِّيَّة includes offspring, future generations. إِنِّي تُبْتُ إِلَيْكَ, I'm turning back to you, no doubt. I am repenting to you. وَإِنِّي مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ, I am no doubt from the Muslims. It seems like a pretty straightforward ayah, but a lot of subjects inside one ayah. The part that I want to highlight, really, I'm so eager to get to, because I keep keeping an eye on the clock, because there's a lot to share today, is this one phrase that starts this dua. رَبِّي أَوْزِعْنِي أَنْ أَشْكُرَ نِعْمَتَكَ الَّتِي أَنْعَمْتَ عَلَيَّ. Just that part.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin, ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, maliki yawmiddin, iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim, sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim, ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Ameen. And with that, I welcome you to another episode of the History Community Life Versus Most Americans in New England. I'm Hassan Rashid, your host, and I'll be here with you for approximately 25 more minutes. It's excellent being here with you, and it's always such a great achievement to come into your lives like we do here daily at CCTV. And with that, I extend the ancient, international, universal cordial of peace out to you, and that is ISLAMIC. It is in the Arabic language. Okay, I'd like to first start off that article I had for you. I can't find it now, but I'll tell you, there's some things going on at CCTV that you should be aware of. The annual meeting, I think that's scheduled for later on in the month, around I think around April 24th or 27th, but I'm not certain, but we'll have that information for you in just a short time. Okay, there are computer skills for people over 50 at CCTV. If you didn't know it, if you're 50 years old, you can come on in and become computer wise. How do you say that? Computer savvy. Okay, our friendly, knowledgeable interns are here to help you learn basic computer skills. Together, you'll learn how to stay in touch with family, friends, search for answers to your questions. On the internet, scan your photos and share them, and use applications, websites, and computers software to help make your life simpler, from checking train schedules to saving useful information for later. So that's the computer skills for people over 50. They're still offering that course, and you can drop in. Drop-in hours are from for people once again age 50 plus. That's Mondays 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. and Thursdays 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. And they're already started. It got underway on April 6th. So these courses are in full swing now. That's on Mondays 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. and Thursdays 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Also, okay, there's also Monday mini lessons 2 p.m. That's from April to June 2007. Okay, Let me get you updated here. Okay, there's April 17th closed for Patriots Day. April 24th, there's classes using Blue Apron and other online recipe services. May 1st, using public transportation apps, and May 8th, locating your smartphone webs. That's the Monday mini lessons from 2 p.m. to April June 27, I think. All those courses are free. So your first two visits are free. Your first 2 visits are free. After 2 visits, the program is free for CCTV members. Okay, there's much more going on at CCTV. So if you're interested in finding out what's happening here, you can come in and pick up Open Studios. That's the CCTV's newsletter. So the latest edition is out, and that's will last April, May, and June, and then another edition will be out. But this edition goes into the fact that CCTV just released its strategic plan. So come on in and read all about it and other happenings here at CCTV, and you get the more detailed information on the annual meeting. That's when there'll be food, music, fun, and awards, and there'll also be the selection of the new board of directors here at CCTV, so you don't want to miss that. We're at 438 Massachusetts Avenue, okay? 438 Massachusetts Avenue, Cambridge. I did have I thought I had the new schedule for the Cambridge Farmers Market, but unfortunately I don't have it yet. But as soon as I get it, I'm going to pass it on to you. So I guess you've got some insight on what that opening video was about. That was the a pre-Ramadan, a special pre-Ramadan. That Ramadan's a holy month of Muslims of the Islamic world, and that brother was brother. He was Brother Khan. He was getting into a pre-Ramadan kupa, preparing the community for the 30 days of fasting and celebrating the month of Ramadan. So guess what? The countdown to Ramadan has begun. There's 45 days left before Ramadan. Ramadan starts on May 27th this year. And so you can start getting your act together to share in the blessings and the glorification of Allah during the month of Ramadan. Okay, Ramadan Shah, that's 1438-2007. Okay, the FEEC, there's what's known as the FEEC Council of North America, acronym, that's FCNA, FEEC Council. And they are the official ones, the organizations who officially designate Ramadan. So if the FEEC Council don't designate Ramadan each year, then something's wrong. So right now it's official that Ramadan is on the way, according to the FEEC Council of North America. The FEEC Council of North America recognized astronomical calculations as an acceptable Sharia method for determining the beginning of the lunar months, including the month of Ramadan and Shawwal. That's the FEEC Council of North America uses the criteria of European Council of Fatwa and Research, which are that somewhere on the globe at the sunset, the elongation should be at least 8 degrees and the moon should be at least 5 degrees above the horizon. If this condition is met, the month starts the next day. Otherwise, the month starts in the following next day. The presence of the moon above horizon at sunset is the basis. On the basis of this, the dates of Ramadan and Eid al-Fitr for the year of 1438 AH after the Hijra are established as follows. First day of Ramadan will be on Saturday, May 27, 2017, that is according to if the new moon is sighted, okay? The first day of Shawwal will be on Sunday, June 25th, 2017. So that's it from the horse's mouth. That's a FEEC Council of North America. So Ramadan is on the way. A little bit about what Ramadan is for those of you who are not so familiar with what Ramadan is all about. Ramadan, the word itself means intense heat, okay? So Ramadan, also Romanized as Ramadan or Ramadan, is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, observed by Muslims worldwide as a month of fasting to commemorate the first revelation of the Quran. The Quran, that's a holy book, the first revelation of the holy book, to to Muhammad, may his soul rest in peace. According to Islamic belief, this annual observance is regarded as one of the 5 pillars of Islam. The month lasts 29 to 30 days based on the visual sighting of the crescent moon, according to numerous biographical accounts compiled in the Hadith. That is the books of the tradition of the Prophet Muhammad. May his soul rest in peace. Okay, so you have it, you know, you should get prepared. Once again, the countdown has begun to Ramadan. There's only 45 days left. And you know those 45 days are going to go by real fast. So I advise you to start preparing, making all your preparations, everything, even from what are you going to be serving for iftar after Ramadan to getting ready for the Hajj. That's the annual pilgrimage for the Hajj, okay? I had a special, well, there was something I want to say. This gentleman, he just appeared at Harvard University. He had a date there he set, and he met with the Islamic Society of Harvard and the community at large, and he talked about his book, and he had a special subject that he delivered to the Harvard community. I had it right here, but let me see if I still got it. Okay, his name was Imam Dawood. He was just here couple weeks ago, and he appeared at the Philip Brooks house. It's where they had him, at the Philip Brooks house, and his subject was centering black narratives. Okay, that's centering black narratives, and that's the name of his book, centering black narratives, Muslim nobles among the early pious Muslims. That's black Muslim nobles among the early pious Muslims. So I got a video I want to share with you about this gentleman, Imam Dawood, and he's from out of Michigan. He came all the way from Michigan to be with us here in the Cambridge area, Muslim community, Cambridge area, to talk about his new book. Okay, I'm gonna try to get him on. I guess I can't. He can explain himself better than I can. So we're gonna try to get a little video.
We can understand some things about that, inshallah ta'ala. At least the purpose of this khutbah is somewhat completed.
Okay, hold on. Before we get this going, centering black narratives. Okay, Imam Dawood Walid. Okay.
Brothers and sisters in faith as well as in humanity, I greet you with the greetings of peace, the greetings of paradise. Assalamu alaikum. First of all, let me say it's an honor and privilege for me to be here with you at Rutgers University here in Newark, New Jersey. And I need to, I guess, send an updated bio related to myself. But alhamdulillah, that suffices. I've spoken at probably over 70 universities now. So that's an old bio. I'd also like to give a shout out and say salam to my brother, Abdul Alim Mubarak Rowe, who was with the New Jersey chapter of CARE, and also to brother Khalil Mussin, who is here with Lab Post's educational initiative that is led by a close friend of mine, Ustad Abdullah Ali, who's also a teacher at Zaytuna College. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, today's topic is around based upon a new book that came out in Black History Month that was co-authored by Sidi Ahmed Mubarak and myself, called Centering Black Narrative, Black Muslim Nobles Among the Early Pious Muslims. Firstly, about the co-author, Ahmed Mubarak, who lives in Chicagoland, is a African-American who got his bachelor's degree from the University of Damascus and then went on to study at Al-Azhar University in Cairo, Egypt, which is the oldest Islamic university in the world, according to some accounts. We decided to write this book going back 2 years ago, and it's important that I give you background because of why we decided to write this book, to give you context on the importance of this subject, at least from our vantage point. So about 2 years ago, at the height of when people in America were protesting in the street and talking about Black Lives Matter and we know the history of police brutality against black souls, against black bodies in the United States of America, as well as mass incarceration. Black History Month came up, and we decided that we were going to write online about Muslims who were black or would be considered black if they were walking in the United States of America right now, but were from the first 3 generations of the Muslims. And when I mean Muslims of the first 3 generations, I'm talking about the first 3 generations of Muslims following the divine guidance of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because according to Islamic theology, all of God's 124 prophets were Muslims. So according to Islamic theology, Jesus was a Muslim, Moses was a Muslim, Abraham was a Muslim, Adam in fact was a Muslim. But when I'm speaking of the first 3 generations, we're talking about Deen al-Islam as we understand it and practice it today. So we decided to write about these figures, and we wrote about certain figures and wanted to introduce this topic to 3 different groups of people. Firstly, to 2 sets of black people, and the third group to people who aren't black, which then this writing of post daily online ended up spinning off into a book project because it garnered so much attention online. The first group of African Americans that we wrote this book for was targeting people of African descent who are Muslims. And reason being that we began to write about these personalities is because we felt as if the black narrative has been decentered and in fact erased amongst the discussion about Islam relating to Islamic history, which even transcends into who has interpretive authority of this deen in the 21st century. And we specifically left out of our book Bilal. May Allah be pleased with Bilal. Bilal, for those of you who...
Excuse me, Imam Dawood, for cutting in right here. Okay, I'd like to, well, time is running out. I'd like to wrap things up real quick. I'd like to remind you once again, that was Imam Dawood Walid. He just spoke at Harvard University. That was the Philip Brooks House about several weeks ago. And on the same subject, centering black narrative, black Muslim nobles among the early pious Muslims. And his book, is entitled the same, is available at all of the local bookstores here in Cambridge. So once again, that's centering black narratives, black Muslim nobles among the early pious Muslims, and it goes to the history of the black Muslim presence in the early days of Islam in Saudi Arabia. Okay, so that's a book that you shouldn't miss. It's at all of our local bookstores, etc., etc. You can even buy it online, okay? So, well, since we're on Harvard, talking about Harvard, I'd like to remind you also that the Harvard Islamic chaplain, Imam Tamiyullah, has officially concluded his time as chaplain. So they're on the lookout for a new chaplain at Harvard Islamic chaplain. But I tried like heck to get Imam Tamiyullah here on this program for an interview, but if he's still in the neighborhood after he leaves Harvard, maybe we still can get him here and interview him. Okay, at Harvard tomorrow, April 13th at 5:30 p.m. Okay, excuse me, that's made a mistake. I got the wrong flyer. Okay, today. Okay, here it is. So today, there's an event entitled "Protecting Our People: Immigration and Documentation Between Latin and Muslim Communities." That's today at 6 p.m., 7:30 at the Harvard Science Center, Room A. Okay, so you can still get out there for this one. Okay, Hassan Ahmed has 14 years of experience in immigration and criminal defense, and is especially familiar with the immigration consequences of criminal activity. So I guess that's what this is going to be about. Some stories on the immigration experiences of Latin Americans, Latinos, and Muslims. So you don't want to miss that. Once again, that's entitled "Protecting Our People: Immigration Documentation Between Latin and Muslim communities. That today, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Science Center, okay? Well, that just about does it for me. I'm Hassan Rashid, and you know it's always excellent being here with you. It's such a great achievement to come into your lives like we do here daily, and Allah blesses us with a few moments to share with you all out there in our viewers base, and all praise due to Allah for that. So don't forget now, the countdown to Ramadan is on. That's 45 days before the holy month of Ramadan. That's Muslim Ramadan, okay? 45 days away. I'm Hassan Rashid, and always leave with the fact that the superior wisdom can never be subjected by inferior wisdom. So until next time, I leave you with the universal cordial of peace, and that is Assalamu alaikum.
Are not Muslim. Bilal was one of the closest companions of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam of Ethiopian or Abyssinian lineage. He was the person, the muezzin, who called the prayer 5 times a day. He was also Khazin Baitul Mal, meaning he was the treasurer who collected the zakat, or the charity for the Muslims, and dispensed it. And he was also one of those who participated in many of the major campaigns defending the life of the Prophet himself, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So, but we intentionally left Bilal out because we felt that Bilal